I serve as the Florida State Coordinator for the Quilts of Valor Foundation and as Group Leader for Tangled Threads. Joining me today from Tangled Threads are Debbie King, Kathy McLean, and Ginny Tullio. If you are able to stand, please join us in singing the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and a prayer. We're going to sing a cappella, so sing loud and proud. And if you're a veteran, you may salute. If you're a civilian, place your hand over your heart. Present arms. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Order, arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Lord, thank you for these veterans. Thank you that they did not have to pay the price. We lift their families up to you and we just honor them. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to Town Square University Parkway for allowing us to honor veterans in this special place. But most importantly, we'd like to thank the veterans, service members, family members, and friends who are here today. Your presence makes this ceremony meaningful. Today is about recognition, gratitude, and remembrance. It's about taking a moment to honor those who answered a call greater than themselves and who willingly served our nation, often at a great personal sacrifice. The word valor means courage in the face of danger, strength during adversity, and a willingness to stand firm when others cannot. It's a quality that has been demonstrated by generations of American service members. As we gather here today, we remember freedom is never free. Behind every freedom we enjoy are men and women who are willing to leave their homes, their families, and sometimes place themselves in harm's way to protect it. Today, we are privileged to recognize some of those selfless veterans. Many people ask, what exactly is a Quilt of Valor? A Quilt of Valor is a quality handmade quilt lovingly created by volunteers and awarded to a service member or veteran who's been touched by war. It's much more than fabric and thread. It's a visible and tangible expression of our nation's gratitude. Each quilt carries a simple but powerful message. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. You are appreciated. A Quilt of Valor must meet specific standards established by the Quilts of Valor Foundation. It's not considered a gift, it's an award presented in recognition of service and sacrifice. Each quilt is recorded by the foundation and becomes a part of the ongoing legacy of honoring our nation's veterans and service members. I'd like to share the story of how the Quilts of Valor began. In the years following September 11th, our founder and Blue Star mom, Catherine Roberts, found herself worried about her son, Nat, who had been deployed to Iraq. One night, she had a powerful dream. In her dream, she saw a young soldier sitting along the side of the bunk, burdened by the invisible wounds of war. As she watched, he became wrapped in a quilt. His posture changed. His expression softened. What had been despair became hope. What had been loneliness became comfort. Catherine realized the message of that dream was simple: quilts equal healing. Inspired by that vision, she made it her mission to provide comfort and healing to service members and veterans through handmade quilts. In November 2003, she presented the very first Quilt of Valor at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, Bethesda, Maryland. What began as one woman's dream has grown into a nationwide movement of gratitude and healing. Today, the Quilts of Valor Foundation continues its mission to cover service members and veterans touched by war with comforting and healing Quilts of Valor. We are an all-volunteer organization made up of approximately 11,000 members and more than 700 groups across the nation. Every quilt represents countless hours of work, but more importantly, it represents heartfelt appreciation from people who simply want to say, thank you. As of 31 May 2026, more than 447,658 Quilts of Valor have been awarded to deserving veterans and service members throughout the United States and at military installations around the world. That number continues to grow because of dedicated volunteers, generous supporters, and communities like this one. We are grateful to everyone who supports our mission. Without you, we could not continue honoring those who give so much in service to our nation. Before today's awards, we'd like to share the meaning behind each Quilt of Valor. Every quilt has 3 layers. The top is carefully pieced together from many individual pieces of fabric. It reminds us of the many different people, backgrounds, and experiences and personalities who come together in military service. Just as those pieces create a beautiful quilt, the men and women who serve together become something greater than themselves. The middle layer, the batting, provides warmth and comfort. It represents our hope this quilt will bring peace, healing, comfort, and reassurance to the veteran who receives it. The backing provides the strength and support to the entire quilt. It represents the strength of the recipient, the strength of family, the strength of fellow service members, and the strength that comes from a grateful nation. In every stitch there's gratitude. In every quilt, there's a piece of the maker's heart. Many tears, prayers, and countless hours are sewn into these quilts as a tribute to those who serve. Today, each quilt being awarded carries a message. First, we honor you for your service. We recognize the commitment you made and the responsibilities you carried on behalf of our nation. Second, we thank you. We know military service often requires sacrifices extending far beyond what appears on a service record. Families serve alongside their loved ones, and many burdens are carried long after the uniform is put away. And third, we offer comfort. While no quilt can fully express our gratitude, we hope this one serves as a lasting reminder, letting you know your service matters, your sacrifices are remembered, and you are deeply appreciated. Every stitch in these quilts represents the hands, hearts, and prayers of volunteers who wanted to say something simple but important. You served, you sacrificed, you are not forgotten. Quilters often say every quilt tells a story. The story of your quilt began with our founder's vision and continues through the hands of volunteers who share a deep appreciation for military service and sacrifice. Along with your quilt, you will receive a certificate from the Quilts of Valor Foundation, washing instructions, and a pillowcase for your quilt. You'll also find a custom label created specifically for you and your military service. Beginning today, this quilt belongs to you. You may use it however you wish, display it proudly, share its story with your family, or wrap yourself in it on quiet evenings. Most importantly, we hope it serves as a lasting reminder, letting you know your service has not been forgotten, your sacrifices are appreciated, and your country remains grateful. While I don't have a lot of information about each veteran, and I know from reading the entries, some information is a little bit scarce. However, we do what we can with what we have. As I call your name, we're going to display your quilt and bring it to you. Private First Class Theodore Askew. Ted A. Not here. Private First Class Michael Collins. Mike C. is not here. I know Sal's here. Private First Class Salvin Ribler. Ribler? There he is. Private First Class Salvin Ribler served in the United States Army from 1965 until 1967 at Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Thank you, Private First Class Ribler, and welcome home. The Army doesn't serve at Lackland Air Force Base. It's John Dent. Oh, you don't know. Specialist John Den. John D. No John D. Specialist Paul Talbot. Paul T. Specialist Paul Talbot served in the United States Army from 1968 until 1972 as a biomedical engineer serving in Germany and the Republic of Vietnam. Thank you, Specialist Talbot, and welcome home. Sergeant Anthony Alibrio. Tony A. Is that me that made that noise? Specialist Anthony Tony Alibrio served in the United States Army from 1968 until 1978 at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Thank you, Sergeant Alibrio, and welcome home. Sergeant William Glass. Will G. No? First Lieutenant Patrick Courtney. Pat C. First Lieutenant Patrick Pat Courtney served in the United States Army from 1965 until 1967 at Fort Sam Houston, Texas, and Fort Dix, New Jersey. Thank you, First Lieutenant Courtney, and welcome home. Seaman Vincent Giffrey. Vince G. Nope. Seaman Robert Lyons. Bob L. Seaman Robert Bob Lyons served in the United States Navy from 1960 until 1964. He served on a World Good War tour with Admiral Keith in Vietnam. Upon his return stateside, he was assigned to Naval Station San Diego, California, and served aboard the USS Helena. Unfortunately, she caught fire and was burned down. Thank you, Seaman Lyons, and welcome home. Seaman Lester Varney. Les V. Seaman Lester Les Varney served in the United States Navy from 1965 until 1968 at Naval Station Great Lakes, Illinois. Thank you, Seaman Varney, and welcome home. Petty Officer 3rd Class Richard Conrad. Dick C. Petty Officer 3rd Class Richard Dick Conrad served in the United States Navy from 1946 until 1948. He served during World War II at Naval Station Great Lakes, Illinois. Thank you, Petty Officer 3rd Class Conrad, and welcome home. Petty Officer 3rd Class Mitchell Helton. Petty Officer 3rd Class Mitchell Mitch Helton served in the United States Navy from 1989 till 1992. He served in the Pacific, South Pacific, and the Middle East. Thank you, Petty Officer 3rd Class Helton, and welcome home. Oh, and your quilt even has anchors on it.
Oh, zoom in, Florida.
Back up. Back, 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 back. There you go. Petty Officer 1st Class Stephen Harrod. Not here. Airman Joseph Wright. Joe W. Airman Joseph Wright served in the United States Air Force, aim high, from 1961 until 1965, serving stateside. Thank you, Airman Wright, and welcome home. Staff Sergeant Richard Smalley. Staff Sergeant Richard Smalley served in the United States Air Force, again, aim high, from 1962 until 1974 at Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Thank you, Staff Sergeant Smalley, and welcome home. If you don't know, there's a sign above the gate when you go into Lackland that says the gateway to the Air Force. I will always remember that. Captain Christopher Collins. Chris C. There he is. Captain Christopher Chris Collins served in the United States Air Force from 1960 until 1970 as a medical services officer. Thank you, Captain Collins, and welcome home. Oh, you covered the equal. There you go. Lance Corporal Robert Wadsworth. Bob W. There he is. Now I got some good information on him. Lance Corporal Robert Bob Wadsworth served in the United States Marine Corps from May 1970 until May 1976 in the Military Occupational Specialty, or MOS 0351, Infantry Assaultman. He started his Marine Corps career with boot camp at Parris Island, South Carolina, followed by combat training at Camp Geiger, North Carolina. He was assigned to 2nd Division, 3rd Battalion at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina until his release. Thank you, Lance Corporal Wadsworth, and welcome home. Staff Sergeant Joseph Muldrow. Joe M.
My man.
Staff Sergeant Joseph Muldrow served in the United States Marine Corps from 1967 until 1969 and 1972 until 1979 in the Military Occupational Specialty, or MOS 2862, Ground Electronic Systems Maintenance Technician. He served at Camp Pendleton, California, the Republic of Vietnam, and Marine Corps Air Station, or MCAS, Yuma, Arizona. Thank you, Staff Sergeant Muldrow, and welcome home. Semper Fi. Today, we're honored to add each of you to the Quilts of Valor roll call. On behalf of thousands of volunteers across this nation, we present these Quilts of Valor to you with gratitude, respect, and affection. May they bring comfort on difficult days, warmth on cool evenings, and serve as a lasting reminder that a grateful nation remembers your service. Thank you for answering the call when our country needed you. Thank you for the sacrifices you and your families made. And thank you for the example you continue to set for future generations. And most of all, welcome home. This concludes our Quilts of Valor ceremony. Thank you again for allowing us the honor of awarding our veterans with healing and comforting Quilts of Valor. Thank you.
I am a little speechless this morning and also very teared up. This has been such a magical morning and it is just begun. We still have quite a ways to go. I have quilters in my family, so I know how much these quilts and how much time and energy they took. But for our veterans, it's what they they gave and what they gave up, I know they gave so much more. So I want to thank Quilts of Valor. If I can get a round of applause, please. This beautiful presentation and connection would have never happened without our amazing team. Holly goes above and beyond. She works with our members and with our veterans every single Friday. And what she does with that veteran group is nothing short of magical. The way that she's bringing in presentations, the way that she's connecting our veterans and bringing back some of those cherished and good moments, the way that she's highlighting them and really honoring them. We couldn't be more blessed to have her and to have her support in this. So if I can also get a round of applause for Holly. So before we start with the pinning ceremony, I do want Holly to say a few words. So one moment.
Well, those of you that know me know I don't have a few words. I have a few more. I consider Town Square as part of my family. It is an honor and a privilege to be a part of the Veterans Group. They have built their community. I just expedite it. And that makes me an incredibly lovely person. I have no words for each and every one of you veterans, although I can tell some pretty good stories. But I will. So I just need to let you know that it is an honor, and our group is the way it is because of you. I just make it easier for you. Thank you.
We had a lot of wonderful sponsors come together today to make today possible. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Kelly with Tidewell, and they will start the pinning ceremony for our veterans.
This is what we run all over now.
Yeah,
Okay. There's so many.
good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Kelly Garrett. I am a community liaison at Empath Health Tidewell Hospice. Empath Health Tidewell Hospice is a nonprofit organization. We've been around since 1980, and in 2021 we merged with Suncoast Hospice in Elan, and we became Empath. Now we offer a lot of different services. But one of the wonderful things I get to do, and the privilege I get to be here every year, I think this is my third year here doing the pinning, is we get to honor our veterans for what they gave, for things I could never do. I am a granddaughter of a World War II veteran, so this is very near and dear to my heart. My father-in-law was in Vietnam. So I just want to say from my heart to your heart, thank you for everything that you've done for us in this country. 4th of July is coming up. We will be celebrating, but today we get to celebrate you. So these are my wonderful veteran volunteers who will be doing a pinning with us. Just to give some instruction before we get started, because there's so many people here today, we're going to go by rows.